Right, now we have a slight problem if we run the game now, and I'll show you what it is. The more times I squish on ants, I'm going to slow them down. There they go. The more ants appear, I'll start to not be able to squish on them. And the reason for that is that when I generate a new ant, something called layering happens. Now you notice how that ant is actually above the foot. Now the reason for that is this is one of the ants that was added randomly afterwards. So it's not one of the first ants that came along. Same with those ones. Because of that, it actually is above the foot itself. So when I click, I'm actually clicking on the ant, not on the foot touching the ant, and it won't die. Well, that's a bit of a problem. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that the foot is always the last object added. What will then happen is it will layer on the very top layer, and it will be above everything else again. Whereas at the moment, whatever's added last will be on top. So I can't stamp down on these ants because they're above the foot. So this is how we do it. Very simply, oops. Again, before the remove object list, I need to go get world dot remove object. Now I can't go foot. That would be silly because that's the name of a class. There could be more than one foot. There isn't, but there could be more than one foot, so it's not going to thank me for that. The foot that happens to be touching the ant is called squish, so I remove object squish. That will get rid of the foot, but now I can add a foot from the class because I'm adding a new one, therefore it becomes an instant the second I add it. It becomes unique when I add it. So now, oops. So new, in this case, foot, because that's part of the class, and you can add those, then it becomes unique. And again, as we did with the dead ant, we want it to appear in the same place. So get X, get Y. Oops, and that happens just before the remove object list. Okay. So now, if I were to run this, well, you run it, and you see that hopefully now your ants should stay beneath the foot. Away you go.